Oh lord. I hear some Zangief theme. This is fucking loud for me. I don't need no fucking loud music. Oh yeah, look at that matchup. Remember these? Remember this game? Who are these two? It's been too long. Never liked Zangief as a Vultra. Liked him till then. I didn't like Vanilla Zangief either. Super Zangief, A-okay. AE Zangief, loved him. AE 2012, just fine. Red Focus, did not like Red Focus. Ugh, scary. Oh, look at that. Jerry's cool. Got a whole lot of plus frames on those fireballs. Stand strong also moves her forward a little bit. So you can get some semi-corner combos mid-screen. Ouch! Zangief normals do a lot of damage. That was counter hit too. I seem to recall he actually had like a counter hit combo into stand short. It was either off of that or like stand roundhouse, maybe both. He had some really weird counter hit combos. Alright. This is before Zangief had air SPD. And while he still had green hand. A little bit harder for him to make hard reads on jumps. But he could still like lariat them or stand roundhouse them. His stand roundhouse is a lot different too. He only has... His stand roundhouse is literally completely different. That was a nice jab. I was nervous at that. Zangief had to F80C backdash in order to stay safe. Juri can keep Zangief from approaching really easily, but she sucks once she gets cornered in this matchup. But like, it's really hard for Zangief to... Oh, nice jump. It's really hard for Zangief to approach this, because if he jumps on a bad... If he jumps on nothing, he can get spun like that. That was like maybe not a good one. He can also eat one of those, the up fireballs. Ooh, scary. Kind of awkward from both players. The jump back was really awful. You have to be aware though, because Juri actually can turn jump backwards offensive, I think, right? That wasn't ever changed at any point, was it? I think she retained the ability to do jump back dive kick for like the whole life of the game. Yeah, that was super sketch. Juri was in a really horrible position, but Zangief choked it away too. Uh-oh. Was that jump strong? I don't even know that normal. Juri has one of the better anti-air normals in the game in that low strong. It's about as good as it gets without being like an anti-air Shoryuken or something. It like doesn't have an upper body hurt box. Oh, she did. She did lose jump back dive kick. Ugh. Juri can actually interrupt that, but it just failed. And that could have been a full jumping combo. Gah! Getting caught committing. That was an EX dive kick. So still got that. That might have been a neutral jump, I didn't see. This will kill. This is the game where Zangief has 2-frame command grabs. If Zangief gets in once, he's pretty scary. 2 frames is pretty fast. He also has Oki on. He has like good Oki on SPD and great Oki on the one we just saw, the double suplex. Balrog. I think this was seen as one of Balrog's bad-ish matches, but I don't think it was ever seen as being horrible. But I think it was considered to be a Geef win. Balrog has a lot of attacks that are minus, but they have really good range and like speed and hitboxes. But he can't use... A lot of his attacks are just nullified by Geef, like the 2-frame punish that goes half screen. So he has to play only a few of his tools and play them really well. But he's alright at just using those tools. He's not that bad. He just has to play really smart with pokes and stuff. Stand Fierce anti-air is kind of cool. Space dash punches are good. This is a game where Crouch Fierce is a really good anti-air. It removes his entire upper body hurt box. He has to be careful against Geef though, because Stand Fierce is very vertical. So if Geef jumps from about half screen and doesn't hit a normal, the Crouch Fierce will whiff and he'll be like SPD punishable. So he has to pick his ranges really smartly. His other anti-airs are Buffalo Head, which always works, but you need down charge, which he won't generally have if he's trying to move around efficiently. Nice, good jump. And Stand Strong, which is kind of shitty. Stand Strong and Crouch Fierce basically got swapped between this game and Street Fighter V. Nice, empty cancel. Pew, 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 pew. He'll get that meter back before, even if he does really poorly, he'll get that meter back. Balrog doesn't need a bar to land. Balrog gets a huge damage increase off of 1 bar compared to 0, but he doesn't need a bar to land his Ultra. So using all your bar is not a huge deal. Unfortunately, apart from Super and Ultra, you have no juggles from Bullhead, so... I always thought it'd be kind of cool. This is what they did in Omega, and it was actually really tight. Is they made Hollis EX dash punches 2 hits, and you get 1 hit only when juggling from Bullhead. Which game? This game? Look, it's a DJ. I don't know if this matchup is okay or not. No juggle there. At all. Because he can't even have charge after that. That's just a build meter. Balrog's got an Ultra now. That's gonna punish. That's gonna work. Eating that Ultra on the ground hurts so fucking badly. You lose about half your damage if you do it in a juggle. Eating the Ultra on the ground is like the worst thing that can happen to you against Balrog. You just gotta use its good speed and its good range to land it on the ground. It's got a lot of invincibility and it actually goes pretty far. It either goes really far or really fast depending on what buttons you hold. It's like as fast as like 8 frames I think, or 7 frames. Which is reasonably fast for an Ultra, because Ultras are usually pretty slow. Ooh, there it is. Hello. Bullhead has Fireball invincibility for like the whole animation. DJ even with Rog I can see. Nice. Oh no. DJ might not have had a good ender there because he didn't have charge. Next hit DJ can kill with a super if he wants to. Or that. That's much better. Double Ultra DJ I actually like a lot. DJ doesn't get a whole lot of chances to land Ultra. You might as well just pick double Ultra and just take whatever you get. That way you're ready for any scenario. Interesting. All of DJ's reversals are shitty for different reasons. That's probably the best one. Uh-oh. That was the... Okay, these are just the... That was the safe ones. So Balrog, as of Ultra, has either an overhead that's 100% safe and has no follow-up, or an overhead that's massively unsafe but can lead to a low short into headbutt. And they're visually identical. They're like very, very slightly different because one takes slightly longer to start up, but it's really hard to see in the minute. So it's a way for Balrog to attack safely with overheads. And those were a bunch of safe overheads. Balrog's pretty scary because he can block string into an overhead or a low. It's never a true block string into an overhead, but you know, it's fast enough that it's kind of hard to interrupt. It can surprise you, I guess. Unfortunately, that's Balrog's only mix-up. Otherwise, he just relies on good normals. Bleh! That was a counter hit turnaround punch. You can always link a jab out of a counter hit turnaround punch. He just missed it. Counter hit turnaround punch, I think, is +4, and he has a 3-frame jab. Nice. Jump Fierce has high profile. The legs become invincible. And it also hit DJ's extended hitbox. That was like a very well placed normal right there. 2 Chun-Li's. It's always neat when you see a mirror and they're picking different Ultras. Ultra 1 is good against Chun-Li. Ultra 2 is consistent. Ultra 1 relies a little bit more on having the right position or the opponent make a mistake. Or maybe not necessarily a mistake, but using... Ooh. Oh, counter hit. That's a combo. Hazanshu guard break. You can link a low short. Not guard break. What do you call that? Armor break. It was reversal Hazanshu, which is why it guard broke. Normally it doesn't. He was surprised by that, which is why he didn't pursue the link. All Hazanshus are +2 at worst, I think. And then I think the no, I think they're all +3, and then the medium one is +4, something like that. But Chun-Li has a 3-frame low short, so she can get links out of them. And then if it's armor break, it's automatically a counter hit. So you can link low short EX legs, for example. Chun-Li doesn't really have a whole lot to do from low short, apart from very stupid normal links or EX legs. And EX legs, if you're running Ultra 1, doesn't really do a whole lot unless the opponent's near a corner. Armor used to beat that, but now it loses. It's an ultra change. You can technically just react to any Hazanshu and focus it to counter it. Like most characters, especially Chun-Li, who has a very fast dash, most characters can focus and then forward dash on a Hazanshu and then pick up a punish. Like Ryu can do like on a reaction to a Hazanshu, he can do ooh, that might have been a punish, and this might kill. This won't kill. It didn't even hit. Ryu can do like focus dash in, crouch jab, crouch fierce, Shoryuken, for example. Anyway, the thing about EX Hazanshu is that it blows up the people looking for focus through Hazanshu. You have to react very quickly that it's a focus, that it's an EX one, and not focus it. That button's really good. Bar stand strong. It's plus quite a lot too. I think it's like a +5 on hit or something. It's like plus on block, and it's a really big. It's a big poke. Ugh. Hazanshu can go over projectiles, and it's safe once you block it. Hardest character in this game. That's a very difficult question to answer. It might be something like KoF13. I feel like there's a really obvious answer. Hardest to win with and hardest to play are kind of different questions. There are characters with crazy high skill ceilings. Chun-Li's one of them. But if you just want to play okay with Chun-Li, she's not very hard at all. Sea Viper has a really, really high skill floor, but her skill ceiling is not too much higher. Sea Viper is really, really hard to play on a base level, but once you can play her on a base level, you can kind of like do almost everything. Gen is hard. Gen is more weird than hard, but Gen does have hard things. Hands combos in general are hard. That was nice reactions. And hands combos into FADC stuff is hard. Gen is like harder end. He's not easy anyway. Ugh, hit her midair. Nice. I like that you went straight to Shoryuken. To jab Shoryuken, no less. Hardest to win with is probably, I don't know. It might really be DJ. No, it's not, because DJ's not too difficult to play at a base level either. Well, I don't know. Nice whiff punishing. Remember that? Remember whiff punishing? Hazanshu reversal is pretty good because you can't focus it. Dan is probably realistically worse than DJ. Although it's hard to say. The lowest tier offbeat character would probably be the hardest to win with. Ultra 1 has no juggle there. Well, it has a couple hits of Ultra 1 as a juggle, but it's terrible. It's unsafe on hit. Be very careful throwing fireballs against Chun-Li with... Uh-oh! She's toast, I think. That's a relatively unscaled Ultra. This is like 60% Ultra. And that's a strong Ultra, man. Chun-Li doesn't have that much health. Evil Ryu is real good. Evil Ryu's Ultra 2 is what regular Ryu's Ultra 2 should have been. Fat fucking damage on ground and connect, okay damage in juggles. But a little bit less versatile than Ultra 1. Evil Ryu is either number 1 or number 2. I think at the very end of Street Fighter 4, I think it's Evil Ryu number 1, Elena number 2, Yun number 3. That is my tier list. And then you've got like a 15-way 4th place. Ooh. Whew. That's unthrowable. And also airborne. I don't remember if it's actually airborne. I think it is. That's a punish. So is a reversal Tatsu. That move is really unsafe, but recovers really far away. Has to be a reversal medium or hard Tatsu, I think, so you can't do a reversal light Tatsu into full combos. Nice. Good punish. Really bad combo, though. He could have gone into Stand Strong into lots of stuff. Or even Stand Fierce into lots of stuff. Even Stand Fierce, medium max kick. Ouch! That hurts. Don't eat those. Quesadilla bombs do a lot of damage and stun. What the fuck? That was a mistake. Got to confirm. EX runaway is a pretty good wake up. That breaks armor, so even if he armored it, it would have just done even more damage. What up, S-Ride? Be really careful. Quesadilla Bomb is like pretty... It's pretty hard to punish, honestly. Oh, that's a trade that does no damage. Evoyu took no damage there. He just got knocked over. That! See, you have to do reversal Tatsu or reversal Stomp to punish it. And if he does FADC and you do reversal Stomp or reversal Tatsu, like he'll hit you before your Stomp or your Tatsu can come out. Instant EX Air Cannon Spiral. It's like safe, isn't it? It's been a long time. I don't know who Bum is. Burn. Bum? Burn? Bum. EX? I thought EX was just fine. On the low ones of regular could be at best like -2 or something like that. Or like at best barely plus. But EX is like at worst -2 and usually more. I don't even think it's ever -2. I don't remember, it's been too long. Renato. This is the claw player. He plays a lot of characters, but he's most well known for his claw. Arthur Haggard time? Nice. That's a cool team. We're at like the stage in Marvel where the one-trick ponies are starting to show up. Where it's just like, I have one piece of really cool tech. And how well I do is based on how well that tech works. I'm surprised there haven't been more time players, because I think time, even if it's not like super good, which I think it is, even if it's not unlocked yet, you can still gimmick with it really well. Chun-Li works well in time. I've been kind of considering playing around with time. I don't know if Iron Man works well in time though. Yeah, I haven't really done anything with him. Chun-Li in time is nuts though. She can stay on you like a bee. Being at chip health against Bison is horrible. That was going to be safe if it hit. It's really unsafe to even try something like that though, because he could have gotten ulted for his troubles. Or at least DP'd. Bison's best just waiting, and yeah, whiffing stuff. He can't chip out Evoyu yet. Evoyu has enough health that he's not really in any sort of danger. He likes... Evoyu's at a big advantage here. Now it's... okay, there it is. He had to teleport away. That was safe. Teleport away was the answer. And then he could threaten a chip out with EX Scissor Kick, I think. That was medium into medium. You have to use medium into light. I guess he didn't think he would get the punish. Medium into light is 0 on hit, I think, and like -7 on block. Something like that. Nice, good walking. Bison has top tier foot speed. It's like the second highest in the game. I think Yang is #1. And then there's like a 4-way tie for #2. Red focus is good here. I don't know, he probably didn't need to burn that meter. Because he was down around. Probably a regular focus, and then... He couldn't kill without red focus, I think. But, just winning by attrition is very easy for Bison. So probably just knocking Ryu down a little bit, and then just getting a slow win. -5? I thought it was -7. Good shimmy. Didn't do anything. He was watching and waiting, and Evil Ryu just whiffed the light. Gah. Very well spaced. Scissor kicks are real annoying in this game. Light one's -1. Oh, he had a much better punish there. Bison's inherent charge combos are kind of whack. A lot of people aren't necessarily ready for them. That ends early, but hits in the corner. Ooh. The red focus is not too bad, given the health. It was kind of weird, but... Bison doesn't have a whole lot of use for meter. All his meter is basically... All his meter does, for the most part, is give him FADCs, which don't really add that much damage, and give him better escape options, where he already has the best escapes in the game. I like that. Anti-air roundhouse would have just killed right there, I think. The Scissor Kick is unsafe on block. He's lucky he didn't fucking hit properly. Bison needs a bar to clean this out, like, reliably. A hard Scissor Kick can just end it right now, but I was gonna say when he's closer, because I don't think that would have chipped out. Did that chip? No, it didn't. I think he just took his life in his hands there, because I think if that was blocked, DP would have punished. Because that was not a safe Scissor Kick, I don't think. it was like reasonably. I don't know. It depends on how spaced it was. I couldn't eyeball it from there. It looked spaced, but it's really hard to space the medium one or the hard one in a way that they're like safe. -6. Okay. Nice dash. What up, Dime? Oh, it is -7. Chun-Li is very popular in Japan, despite being basically non-existent in America. Chun-Li is very much the kind of character that a lot of Japanese arcade goblins like playing. She's like a fucking culmination of everything they like playing. Chun-Li's a character with a shit ton of personality. No two Chun-Lis are the same. Your exact gameplay style can be shown through Chun-Li. Nice spacing. Bison used to really suffer against fireball characters, particularly Guile. And then they added that EX scissor kick, which basically is like a reliable counter, pretty much, to slow fireballs. If you're like half screen or closer, you've got fireball invincibility on EX scissor kick for a really long time. And you can do it on reaction to a slow fireball. He still needs charge, so it's still not free. And of course it costs a bar. But he's much better off than he used to be against slow fireballers. Ooh, those are all safe. I forget the exact frame data on EX legs. Yeah, Chun-Li's... she can rush down just a little bit. Chun-Li's versatile, but she's not really... she's intended to be a defensive character. She's intended to be a counterplay character. She's the thing that doesn't exist really anymore. Chun-Li doesn't really have a gameplay style so much as she has an anti-gameplay style for every gameplay style. Chun-Li can take whatever you do and do the opposite of it. Chun-Li can put every character on their back leg. It's like she's not a super defensive character, but she can out-lame Rushdown, you know? She can out-lame lame. This is, I think, Halloween costume for Sakura. If the situation calls for Rushdown, she can rush down enough. If the situation calls for lame, she can lame enough. She gets by. Oh, caught the Chun-Li backdash in a very odd way. Chun-Li has probably the second or third best backdash in the game, so a lot of people just mash it on wake up. Again, if it says something that doesn't hit. Good play. Yeah, Sakura actually has some of the highest meterless damage in the game. It's like top 3. Ooh, nice FADC backdash. He was gonna get lit up for that Hazanchu. But instead, he ended up getting the punish. The Sakura went for a release instead of forward dash. Forward dash is more reliable. A lot of meter to burn, but he was desperate. Ibuki on the scene. People complain about Ibuki these days, but I think people like Ibuki a lot more. Ibuki's a more fair kind of awful in Street Fighter V. Ibuki's the best at following the rules, you know, in Street Fighter V. She doesn't really break the game. In this game, she kind of breaks it. She's probably not as strong in this game, although she's probably sleeper top tier. She's not as strong in this game as she is in Street Fighter V, but she's, a lot of people hate her. She's not as bad as everyone says, but I understand. Have a good night. So Ibuki has a lot of hard knockdowns, and hard knockdowns in this game, you know, she can turn like any combo into a hard knockdown. and then any hard knockdown she can turn into a 50-50. And it's like, it's not unseeable, but there's a lot of different setups. So you need to know a lot of setups. And there are some that are actually like very unseeable, but not that many. But yeah, she is the definitive Vortex character. There are other characters with kind of semi-vortexes, but Ibuki's is probably the best, and she's the most reliant on it. But she has like a looping pressure series that's very, very difficult. If she gets one opening, she can either get no more, or like 5 more, depending on how lucky she is. I don't know if this game was ever truly Vortex Fighter, but definitely set play. Set play is inevitable in all fighting games. And by 5, it took a really long time for set play to start showing up in this game. But once there was some definitive set play, it became really awful for everyone that wasn't fucking the set play characters. I'm pretty sure this is a bad matchup for T-Hawk. He's got worse. This isn't so bad. You can cancel into a light pinwheel there. Surprised he didn't. It's just a little bit of extra damage. I don't think it kills your Oki or anything. Couldn't do it, Spider. That's just a free juggle state. Jump strong. Wow. Work up back throw against T-Hawk worked. Curious. I would say generally every matchup is either even or bad for T-Hawk. He doesn't win that many. Only a few. This one is... Jury does well against this sort of character. Ooh. Nice combo. If Jury has a fireball stock, she can get some nice stuff like that. Yeah, T-Hawk does beat Dan. Dan hates grapplers. Anyone with a -2 punish can, like, shut down a lot of Dan's free pressure. T-Hawk, Zangief, I forget, Hugo, can all punish. I'll have meterless punishes for hard, medium, and EX Dan kick, which are 3 of Dan's best things. But it's not free. T-Hawk's mix-up is very solid. No matter what tier he is, his mix-up when he actually gets in is very, very guessy. So he can technically beat anyone. There's the pinwheel. That time he did EX. Pinwheel is a completely different move in this game than Street Fighter V. Alright. It has more in common with a Tatsu than a DP. Although it's not really like either. Oh, that's a... You get a combo there. He could have linked out, but instead he just tech the throw. No ender here. He hits FADC to make it to end. But he actually could have done FADC Ultra. That's a combo. Fireball release, FADC Ultra 2. Works, and that would have killed. So he just didn't see it in time. Or maybe he's not ready to do that kind of combo since a lot of people aren't. That's not a combo you normally need to do as Jury. One of my earliest videos was every single Ultra 2 setup for Jury. So I had a friend who played Jury. She's actually got quite a few. That was my second video ever, not counting like Third Strike archives. Whew. Roundhouse whiffed. Too far away, maybe. That doesn't usually whiff on coaching opponents. And while Chun-Li crouches low, that doesn't affect most stuff in this game. Ingrid actually is pretty cute. I think this will work. He's close enough. Yep. That actually works from like 3/4 of the way to the corner. It's actually pretty big. Insta overhead into dive kick ultra doesn't work that often. You need like certain characters to have it work on a crouching opponent. Even with fuzzy guard, it's inconsistent. I think that can link, but he dropped the link. Also, there's probably some sort of FADC Ultra there too. Ultra 2 is the one that is not Feng Shui Engine, yes. Dice, and I don't remember the name of it. Ugh, that was unsafe. That's like already like -5, and then it on like on crouch block it loses another hit and becomes like -8 or something like that. I don't know if the Chun-Li sweep is a punish though. Whew! Down towards light kick. That was like a crouch tech. She got her command normal on accident, but it ended up being kind of good. Chun-Li has like a launcher. That was it. It's a very odd normal. It's good as an A-tier. You don't really see it that much outside of that. Chun-Li has a lot of like hyper-specific normals. That's like her specialty, you might say. It's like what she was designed around. Having weird normals. Having the exact normal for the situation. Ultra 1 would have worked there. It was probably good to go for, to be honest. The next Ultra 1 is going to kill though, so... That's going to work. That's a 7-frame Ultra. It's hard to punish. Juri's fireballs are special because there's actually a break between the charge and the release. So she doesn't have to do it all at once. You can charge it and then hold it and then release. So it's... She's basically got the normal fireball recovery. It's a little bit longer than normal. It would be like classified as a lot of startup and a lot of recovery on another character. But because it's broken into two, you've got the fireball startup, and you can't like easily punish that with fireball punishes because it doesn't last that long, like total frames. You need to be able to react, and then she needs to still be in the animation by the time your attack hits. And then the fireball release also doesn't last that long. Like her fireball release is like as fast as Skyle's. It might actually be faster in terms of like how reactable it is and how quickly she recovers once you react. So it's really hard to use an Ultra or like a fireball answer to punish Juri's fireballs compared to most fireballs. Nice. Tiny Gutek shimmy. Balg's crutch like hit goes really far. Nice. Good headbutt. Oh lord! Sermon House, low jab, low strong. That's a 1-frame link. Oof. Sermon House, low jab, failed low strong. I think he missed a plink. Balog's options there are a bit jank because of charging. To be consistent with the post-focus crumple, you need to do like a dash in into like a micro walk into Stem Run House. So your charge there is always going to be really shitty. You can do Stem Run House into like... I forget. There's like another combo that you can do. Low jab, low strong is not what you have to do. I think you can just start charging with the roundhouse and then do like hold down back and then do low short into stuff, which is probably what he should have done. The focus mix-up is very well established. There's basically a way to have your focus work at any given point, you know? If you just charge and then dash in, that'll beat some things. If you charge and then backdash, that'll bait some things. If you charge a level 1 and release really early, that'll beat some things. If you release a level 2, that'll beat some things. And be safe or plus on other things. And the level 3 will beat some things. There's like a time and place that focus attack is almost always a good answer. There are very few things that hard counter all forms of focus. But there are few. If you look at like M Bison EX Psycho Crusher, that literally beats everything you can do out of a focus attack. You got the armor break, you got the invincibility so you'll never get counter hit. You're blocking until you're actually doing it so you'll never get counter hit by an early release. You'll catch a backdash, you'll catch a forward dash. But there aren't that many moves like that. Rosie X Drill is another good example of something that just beats all forms of focus. Nice. Very cool. That actually dropped some hits. Juri's in a really big advantage right now. This is a matchup where Juri actually gets to show off her zoning capacity. Juri actually has a decent capacity to zone. Better than most characters. I would tentatively call her a defensive character, overall. Although she has a small capacity to rush down. Juri's design I would call haphazard in this game, her gameplay design. It's more, I wouldn't call it effective. but it's at least more focus in Street Fighter V. Although she's still extremely versatile. Yes, Neon playing Colleen is almost certainly the guy from the Beth Cups. That far strong is a really nice normal. She used to have to rely a lot on her low medium kick in confirms, or her low strong. And low medium kick links after stand jab, but stand jab is kind of inconsistent in combos. Like a lot of the time, stand jab will whiff on a crouching opponent from too far away. When she got far strong, it made a lot of her combos really consistent. Damn, I've beaten Neon in a Beth Cup before. I think I'm 1-1 against him in Beth Cups. Oof. I said she was more focused. Jury's tools are all over the place in this game. That fireball charge is low-key a pretty good move. Jump strong would have been real nice there. Nice, good anti-air. And good mix-up. Jury has a combo there, he just dropped it. It was like stand strong into pinwheel or something like that. I'm not sure I would call Jury kind of good in this game. She's not that bad. But she never really had her time in the light. She's one of the only characters in this game who's never really had a really good showing from like a pro player. I think I prefer Jury's Street Fighter 4 outfit. I liked when she was I liked when she had like the nudity, but when she had like the skin tight suit underneath her thing, that wasn't as good. Like the Jury we didn't get, the Jury that was in the promotional art, and then they like dressed her up a little bit more. That being said, the nostalgia outfit I actually really like in Street Fighter V. I might like it more than the actual outfit in this game. Stand strong into a whiff dash punch. Stand strong anti-air, whiff dash punch, moved him. That was kind of cool. That's plus if you actually block it, but you can duck it. Overhead. This is just fine to land here. Doesn't do very much damage in that context, but it gives you the hard knockdown, and it gives you, you know, you're not going to have that many other opportunities to land it. He might have been better off keeping it just so he could use it to punish a fireball. But that probably won't be a factor. Whoa! That was desperate. So if that super hits, DJ actually would have won, and it does have some invincibility. He was trying to avoid getting chipped out. He was trying to do that on a dash punch or something. But he was honestly much better off just doing like an ultra, not a super, if he was going to do something like that. An ultra probably still would have killed. For those who don't know, Jury's super can be cancelled on its second to last hit into his ultra 1. Not his ultra 2, only 1. And it gives it gives DJ some of the highest burst damage in the entire game. He can get like a good like 800 damage. It's like not 800, but it's like 700 out of like jump roundhouse, stand roundhouse, super ultra. It actually is a core part of Jury's character that she has tiny, tiny breasts. Nice. Again, landing that on the ground is a really big deal. Nice. That was a good jump. DJ wouldn't be able to punish that jump, and it would have punished a lot of things DJ could do there. Ugh. Bit awkward. This is where it sucks to be against Bison. Huh. That was an odd normal to go for there. I don't even know what that was supposed to be. He couldn't possibly have had charge by then. He had a much better He had a bunch of better combos he could have done. Bison doesn't need to go for tight links or anything. He could have just done 2 jabs into like a low strong? Or is it low forward? I forget. But stand jab has like a lot of plus frames. He didn't care if his combo was scaled, he was going to kill. Bison might have a juggle there. It's been too long. I think he does. Somersault, Skull Diver, Mid-Air Connect. It might be into Ultra 1. It's been so long. It's like a really weird combo you don't normally get to see. He had a juggle there into Ultra, actually. But he might not have had charge. Oof. That was a fuck up. That was like 2 fuck ups. He could have teleported behind and still baited that. But he broke charge to dash up, but he should not have broken charge. If he kept charge, he could have gotten a meaty scissor kick or something. Or at least threatened it, which would have forced Jerry to wake up with Ultra. Or, you know, just die to a chip. But because he approached, he lost all his charge, which meant he couldn't chip out. And then because he couldn't chip out, he had to go for some kind of read, like a teleport, so he didn't get chipped out. He didn't have charge. He couldn't go for Ultra on Wake Up. It was a bait. It was definitively a bait. He was trying to get the read that he did. It was just a bad read because Jury was still close enough. Honestly, like, that was a horrible play from Jury to do Wake Up Pinwheel. He should have done, like, Wake Up, like, button into Pinwheel. Pinwheel, hard Pinwheel by itself is really slow. He could have just gotten beaten by any meaty attack. Jury had no bar. She had to make, like, some kind of really... I don't know. She didn't need to commit to anything. She got lucky. It was like mutually really bad plays. Worked out better for Jury though. This is Bison versus Bison. Scissor kick, real annoying. Bison has a 3-frame normal and a -1 light scissor kick. It's also very easy to space. So like, at the end of it, Balrog's 3-frame jab will whiff. Bison is kind of a weird character because his mix-up is really garbage, but his ability to win through attrition is really, really good. He can easily just wear you down over the course of the match with, like, chip and, like, counter hits. Bison is like eternal mid-tier. His strategy works almost equally well on every character. And it's not like a super, super solid strategy. It's just okay. It's just like, have good walk speed, have good throw range, wear the opponent down with counter hits and chip. And threaten throw attacks. And he's just got a nice little selection of normals. And he's got really good reversal options, so he's immune to almost all vortexes. He's not top tier by any means. He's got like a ton of 5/5s. It's just that he's not really counterpicked at all. Oh, Bison. In SF5. Shit. Wait, I'm out. He's alright. It's pretty much the same deal, actually. He's got much slower normals, but his counter hit strat is intact. He's got good throw range and good ability to force you to make bad commits with normals. And he doesn't lose that many matchups, and he doesn't win that many matchups. I would call him another unshakable mid-tier. He's not bad. He's the kind of character you can do well with if you're a good player. There are a lot of characters where even if you're really good, you can still, like, you know, you can get counterpicked or something. Nice. Just run away and teleport. A good character for a bad player. Bison. Bison's the best character for a bad player. Bison has the highest success rate at low level. If you just want to win against baddies, Bison is literally #1. Oh, he could have released that. Bison's crumple combos are not too strong. but that was definitely a full crumple. Bison is a really bad comeback character. Maybe the worst. This is very hard to do now. It's not too hard to make a comeback against Balrog though. This is not impossible. But Bison's bad at this sort of thing. Bison relies on the opponent taking gambles and him beating them. If the opponent plays a very close game while sitting on a life advantage, Bison has a hard time. Neat Link. Neat Link. Let's counter hit crush jab. I think that Link works normally. That's it's like a weird frame trap.
Are you ready? Fight!
Bison at low level is like highest win rate by far, and Bison like drops to an ordinary win rate. The higher you get, the more his win rate drops. He goes from being like top tier to mid tier. Like top tier to high tier to mid tier as the skill level goes up. Look at all that. Stand Fierce. I don't even think there's a link out of that. That's pretty funny that he killed with it. I think the combo literally ended there. He can do Stand Fierce Red Focus, I think, but one, he didn't have the meter, and two, he never would have done that anyway. But, you know, I think he does have a combo out of it, technically. That builds meter. Yup. Damn it, he dropped it. You get links out of that. Ooh, good backdash. At first I thought it was a really good forward dash, but Chun-Li had the perfect counter. It did in previous Street Fighters. I don't think it does in this game. But it used to be that what you got depended on how many, or it determined how many, it's random which one you get, and which one you get determines how much you have to mash to get out. But in Street Fighter 3 and before, you would be able to, it might still be like that in Street Fighter 4, I don't remember. But Reapers and Skulls need more mashing than Stars and Angels. Dizzy is already one of the only remaining instances of mashing in Street Fighter. He used to have mashing out of throws and stuff like that. That's probably gonna trade. Okay, it killed Chun-Li first. And it actually went through all the way. They might have done something to make that better at punishing. I think they did. They made that better at punishing fireballs as of Ultra. I thought it would trade though. Huh. That's a neat matchup. Sakura's DP punishes Quesadilla Bomb. No, I don't. I think it's just random which icons you get. 100% random. Pretty sure. What an odd wake up. Low forward DP. Ouch! Don't do that. Oh lord. Power. Sakura likes to meaty you with armor breakers. Wake Up EX Runaway is really awful in this particular matchup. You're better off using Wake Up EX. What do you call that move? The leg throw. Guacamole leg throw. Or Wake Up Block. Sakura's mix-up isn't super solid. If you get thrown, you get thrown. Not bad at all. Ooh. That has a little bit of invincibility when he leaves the ground. For the medium and hard punch follow-ups, I think. We saw it go through a close roundhouse there. Sakura's pretty scary right now. Yeah, that was nice. Because Sakura can just do like a... That's not going to hit, is it? I didn't think so. Sakura should not have jumped there. I was going to say, Sakura can just do like a hard Tatsu and chip him out. Hard Tatsu safe. All Tatsus are safe. Oof. Counter hit. Does a shit ton there. That wasn't even a counter hit, was it? Oh my god. Yo! Focus attack counters Guacamole, or what do you call that? Tostada Press, regardless of which side he lands on. I shouldn't say it counters. you don't have to block correctly. However, it opens you up really badly to the hard punch follow-up. I like that delayed jump. Delayed jump away would have been better, I think, than delayed jump up. What about Bunny Rabbit Sakura? Ouch! Seth has a 3-frame SPD. Fun fact, his normal throw and that SPD do the same damage. Seth's SPD is weak sauce. It's like the weakest command grab in the game. Nice. That's why you don't focus long range fireballs. Okay. Not too bad. Seth in punish situations dies like a bitch. Never ever get punished if you play this character. I think he still technically has the worst defensive attributes in the game. In terms of health and stun, that is. He might be tied with someone now. He used to be the worst. He used to be bottom 1. But now I think he's at reasonable levels. I think he's like 850 health, 900 stun or something like that. Which I think is higher than Akuma, right? I think Akuma's 850, 850. Seth has a lot of tools, but if you hit him, he dies. You gotta be really careful. Sakura's main ATR is Crutch Fierce, which actually loses to that kind of dive kick. It's a mix-up. She can either Crutch Fierce a dive kick or she can Crutch Fierce a jump, but she can't do both. Drop combo. You could have linked both strong into Hyakuretsu Kyaku. I think Seth has no follow-up from stand light kick, even though it does cancel. Whoa. Got hit once, started mashing DP. No respect. That was no good way to turn that into anything, into an ultra. Ah, you could have killed with anything. Now we gotta watch for like 20 seconds. There was like very few combos he wouldn't have killed with. Yo, what's good? We out here watching Street Fighter 4.
Are you ready? Fight!
Far don't matter. This is famously a really horrible matchup. It gets better every version, but it's still bad even by the final. Seth has progressively become more rushdown each version. They've nerfed all his zoning tools and buffed all his rushdown tools. And his zoning tools were what Geef. It's still good for Seth, but it started as like an A2. It was like a legit A2 in vanilla. And like Geef was a good character in vanilla. I think he got him. Yep, that was a DP. Jump in Ultra 2 beats DPs. This does a ton. Seth's still winning though. That's gonna kill. There's like nothing Geef can do there. EX Green Hand might have worked. I don't know. That super has, I think, decent invincibility. The hard SPD just fucks Seth up in like 1 second. Oh, Geef got buffed every version too. Not every version. He definitely got nerfed from vanilla to super. And his matchups have changed a lot, but in general Geef's tools have gotten better. People will never ever be able to agree on whether the light green hand change was a buff or a nerf. Or not the light green hand change, the light SPD, well, EX green hand. Yeah. EX green hand got definitively nerfed, and light SPD got definitively buffed. And they happened at the same time to compensate for each other. And a lot of people were like, Super Geef is way better. And a lot of people were like, AE Geef is way better. Because that was the change. That was when it happened, just AE. People were like extremely split on whether it was a net buff or a net gain. Geef got something really good, but lost something really good. He dropped it. Nice combo. Regular throw. Teleport away is the safest thing Seth can do there. Nice! No way to convert to Ultra 2. I mean Ultra 1. He had to have Ultra 2 to have a conversion there. I kind of like Ultra 2 for a lot of Seth matchups, but Seth never use it. Who are the best characters across all editions? Seth has been like a consistent high tier every version. Cammy has never had a bad version. Cammy at her worst was like a... Oh, you mean who was the strongest in any given version? Vanilla Akuma is a decent answer. Vanilla Sagata is a decent answer. Vanilla Ryu is a decent answer. Sincerely, Ultra Elena is a decent answer, and Aeon is a decent answer. Also Ae Yang. Super Cammy is stupid. Super Cammy's okay. She has stuff that is like extremely broken, but like it's not. She only has like one thing that's extremely broken, but golly, it is broken. Geef! I think he fucked up. That might have just not hit, but Geef can steer that a little bit. I think he didn't like steer it right. I think steering it would have made that work. I'm really surprised that didn't work. That looked well within the range where he could have steered it to make it work. That wouldn't have worked naturally. Yun was probably worst in AE 2012. AE Yun is really good and Ultra Yun is really good. I think AE 2012 to Ultra Yun got nerfs overall, but the system mechanics helped him a lot. Nice links. Jerry's got this neat little quirk that her close medium kick actually is unthrowable from its first frame. And that's because if she's holding a light fireball, which she's extremely want to do, she can't tech pose. So they needed something that she could use that's not going to hit, I don't think, too far away. Yeah, he just hold forward. I mean, hold backward. They needed to give Jury a way to, like, beat throws. So she can hit medium kick to beat them. That better be the, Akuma versus Dalsim, what do you call that? Homogeneous. Let's see what it is. It is. I know that video. I knew what it was before I clicked on the link, before I hovered over the link. Ooh. No follow-up there. Too far away. It was because it was a neutral jump. Or a back jump or whatever the fuck. Not a forward jump. Aww. That has like one hit that hits on the back, which makes it hard to jump over. Ooh. That has 3 hits of armor, I think? EX run? Pretty sure. It has like quite a lot of armor. They want to make it so it beats anything except armor breakers. This is a true anti-air. She toast. I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak. What did I miss? Balrog. You won a round. This is that same Balrog from earlier. Jump. I don't even know what the fuck button that was. I think it was jump medium kick. It wasn't a fierce and it wasn't jump strong because I think jump strong goes like straight up. Probably jump forward. I thought I probably could have Ultra 2'd there on that crumple. I don't know if he can do focus crumple backdash Ultra 2. Ouch! If that breaks armor, how did that break? Oh, because it was reversal. If that breaks armor, it's plus a ton. I think you can link low strong.
Are you ready? Fight!
Nice. Jump back fierce. Seth is real tall. A lot of instant overheads work on him. I think that low smash is safe. And it also breaks armor, and it also does good damage, and also it has armor on the way in. So it's a very good Balrog dash punch. One of the best. It ends your combo immediately, though. And I think you need a medium or higher to combo into it. And let's just say that Balrog does a lot of cancels from lights. He can link into stand strong, close stand strong. And that's not too hard, but the hitbox is kind of bad. It's okay. You just need to be real close. And he can link into, I think, close forward, but you also have to be real close. The close activation range. And you can link the low strong, but that's a one-frame link. So Balrog basically usually just ignores mediums in his combos. Just goes straight to lights. And then he goes to headbutt, which combos from lights. Nice. So here's the links. That combo required no charge, which is probably why he did it, because he immediately got crossed up. Ouch! That was a link to low strong. If he burned the bar, he would have killed. He chose to hold it, which is probably a good decision. But, you know, there's always the possibility that shit like this will happen. Seth has a good backdash. He's also got a teleport. Chipping him out is very unsafe. He's got a lot more chances though, so one of these is probably going to work. Now he burns the bar. Yeah, random dash punches, yeah, I was going to say, so good here. That was actually mad risky. Because Seth, if he hadn't thrown that fireball, Balrog, in order to punish the fireball, had to do it before the fireball came out. And if Seth threw the fireball early enough, or didn't throw it at all, he could have DP'd. This is Wamu? Wamu! Mizumetamai! Ooh. Oh my god! That's so unsafe and it has no mix-up potential at all. Why on earth did he just do raw light Hyakuretsu Kyaku and why did it work? There's a chip out. Feels good seeing chip outs. I'm glad they're gone, but I miss them. Oh shit, it ended. I don't want to watch that third strike. Not yet, not now. Let's keep this Street Fighter 4 train rolling. Who are these two? I think this is good for Yang, but I don't remember. As a general rule, Blanca is low tier and Yang is high tier. Blanca 100% giving character. Yang is the only character where Light Rekka is truly safe, and by truly safe I mean safe except against grapplers. Every other I think every other Light Rekka is like -3 or -4. The Yanks is only -2, where the fastest normals in this game are 3 frames. So Yang can be a lot more aggressive with his Light Rekka. Nice. That's a true DP in this game. Frame trap. Yeah, this kind of stuff. You can just kind of fish, and anytime you see a successful Rekka, you can be like, oh, and then do your other two. It makes Yang have a really, really safe offense. Unfortunately, his normals are kind of stubby. He's versatile. Daigo versus Justin. Is this the Evo? Evo 2009, I think. It's cut off, so I can't see. But that was the grand final of Evo 2009. It's Justin Wong playing like Abel. I remember an early tournament where Justin Wong pulled out Faye, because Faye was a console character and he wasn't on the arcades. So he was like, Daigo won't have any experience against this console character. And he was right. But Daigo still did well. Faye was considered to be like low tier for most of Vanilla, and then right at the end of Vanilla it was like, oh shit, Faye might be top. that was for like 5 different characters in Vanilla. Vanilla had surprisingly good balance that most people didn't realize. Characters like, well maybe Rose was actually low tier, but characters like Kemi and Sakura were seen as like lower bottom tier. And then at the very end it was just like, you know what, these characters, there's something to this. Yeah. Faye is always secret high. When I die, I hope it's abruptly of heart disease. I don't want no drawn out death. Dude, look at that fucking thing in the Chun-Li's name. Is that a squee? Is that what a squee is? That looked like a safe jump. Yo, phase theme in this game is pretty good. But what about SF2 phase theme? Does it mix up? You can try and punish the second Rekka, but there's always the possibility. He could have Ultra 2 there. He could have just won. There's always the possibility that Faye will do a third Rekka to beat your attempted punish. I'm trying to think who my favorite theme was. It might have been Poison. Poison had a kick-ass theme. Brillanto too. Yeah. I recognize those characters. We got Brillanto's theme right now. How do you like not die of heart disease? I heard red meat was just a myth. Is it just jogging? Do I just have to jog a lot? All the men in my family have died of heart disease. I want to know how to not die. Is it really oily food? Is it fat? Stinga! I think that works. I think that anti-air relies on trip guard, like Vegas Ultra 2. Sugar and starch. Good jump. I played this matchup a decent amount. It's alright. Low-key, Faye hates anything that punishes his... Ryu can easily use a Shuriken or even normals to punish Rekkas. And also his sweep and his... I think even his low forward, but definitely his sweep are actually good enough to punish the EX roll. The EX roll is kind of hard to punish for a lot of characters, but it's like -5 and recovers like quarter screen away. Or like a third screen away. And Ryu's sweep is 5 frames and goes far enough. Whew, that's an overhead. Oh, he had a kill. I think. No, he needs a bar. He needs a bar or Ultra 1 to combo out of that. It's either EX Rekka or Ultra 1. Are your juggles there? Or another EX Stinger, but he had no meter. This is supposed to be a shitty matchup for Honda, I think. It's not like horrible, but it's bad. Honda doesn't like characters with a good anti-air and a good firewall. That did a ton! Honda is probably the weakest to fireballs of any character in this whole game. There's a couple other somewhat candidates. Dan is pretty weak to fireballs. Dialk is decently weak to them. Honda has weird matchups. His like counter picks are usually like good characters, don't get me wrong. But he like does okay against characters you probably wouldn't think, and then gets smacked by characters you probably wouldn't think. Like Honda Ryu is famously a very bad match for Honda, even though Ryu beats almost no one. Whoa, that was odd. I think he meant to do low forward headbutt F80C maybe. I just don't want to have a stroke. Strokes are apparently really shitty. I would prefer not to have a stroke. I don't want to like fucking have a stroke and not get help fast enough and then live like a fucking half-life for the next 20 years and then die abruptly. Ooh. Oh, that was an excellent bait, but he missed the punish. Yeah. Nice. I made some couscous yesterday. I had I cut up a couple carrots and an onion, and then I cut up some grilled chicken breast, and I made couscous, and I ate it all together. And then I put curry powder on it. It's good. I think this is good for Rolento. I don't remember. This might be a fair matchup. Rolento's matchups I don't know very well. I don't think anyone knows them very well. Rolento players are the only ones. Good, well spaced. That was going to be safe anyway. Most electricity trades are really good for the Blanca. Electricity does a lot of damage in trades. And also knocks down. Electricity is like 150 damage per hit or some shit like that. It depends on the version, but it's quite strong. That was a punish. Blanca's really bad in that kind of scenario. Blanca's damage and punishes is actually extremely low. Got him. This ultra's kind of hard to land. Landing it here is just fine. A lot of ultras are so hard to land, you might as well just take your first opportunity. Nice. Ultra on PS3. To be honest, no. I don't. I technically have everything I need to stream that, but I'd have to set it up and it would take a little while. I'll play on PC, and even then I probably don't want to play right now. Yeah, Wednesday Night Fights, did they play on PS4 for all their games? Street Fighter 4, I mean Street Fighter 5 and UMVCI? I actually do have HD Remix on PS3. That was weird. She backbashed the first hit, but the second one's still connected. This might be dizzy. Nope. It's close though. Next hit. Okay. Nice, that was a punish. Autocorrect DP is really easy to do there. Some of the players are mad disrespectful with that dump towards hard kick. Brainlet plays. Oh. Whoa, a lot of chasing. Sakura is ironically a horrible beginner character. She's like a horrible. She's masquerading as a good beginner character. It's like, oh, well, she only has very simple motions, and then literally everything she does is like hard for beginners. If you can hit links in a match setting, you're already beyond beginner level. In which case Sakura is just fine. Onaka. Is that this guy's name? I think that Ka is... There's something odd about that Ka. So that's either a katakana Ka, or it's the kanji one, the Ryo... Oh, which... How do you... I forget the word. It's the word for power. Ryoku? I haven't fucking thought about that in a long time. Yeah, Ryoku. Because I think a katakana Ka... No, a katakana Ka looks almost the same. God damn it, it's hard to tell them apart. The first two are... The Ona is, I think it's a pun of some variety. Because it looks like Onaka, which is like stomach. Chikara, that's the other reading. Chikara Ryoku. The two readings. There's probably another reading still. Hell, I have no idea. It just doesn't... It's random with kanji, man. Sometimes you only have one reading, sometimes you got two. Love that juggle. Far strong has juggle potential, but close strong doesn't, so you gotta do like walk away. I think he could have killed there. Yeah, I actually already watched the entire Vampire Savior tournament they had. It was good. That was a good Dimitri. A lot of top tier characters didn't do that well. This is a shitty counter pick. Fei Long bullies Honda, which is why Mike Ross is the best player in the world, is because he managed to beat a really good Fei Long. I think crouch jab is a one frame link. You can chain it, but you need to link it in order to get the cancel to Rekkas, and I think it's a one frame link. Stand jab, low jab is 2 frame. So that's quite easy to get the link and then cancel the Rekkas. Fei Long's links are all really stiff. That's a punish. That's why this matchup is shitty. He wanted close strong, got 4 strong. Oh, Sky! I'm surprised he didn't do third Rekka. Seems like a no-brainer to always do all 3. This matchup is horrible. This matchup is like a 7-3. This is like not only is this like a high tier character versus a low tier character, but this is like specifically a counter pick too. Okay. What the? It's weird that he did strong instead of fierce. Probably a failed plank. Fierce is faster and does more damage. So seeing stand strong there instead of stand fierce there, it's a bit unusual. But if you fail the plank, you will get stand strong. I saw Mike Ross not so long ago. 1, he had a beard. 2, he was playing Guilty Gear. 3, he was playing on a hitbox. It was like the strangest thing I've ever seen. I like hit the double take. to make sure that it was actually my cross. Is that really a punish? That's a 2-frame ultra. Is that overhead -2? That was pretty rad that he got that. In Super, that was a true 720, and now it's a fake 720. Now you can hold up after the freeze. So you can only use it as a punish, you can't use it in neutral. Evo fucking 2018, okay? Mark my words. It's gonna be like the fighting for the spot for top 8. It's just gonna be like on stream for the first time. It's gonna be Punished Mike, and he's gonna have like a fucking shard of glass in his head, and a fucking eye patch, and a fucking beard, and a fucking grizzly ass face. Nice jump. And cigarette. And he's just gonna tear it up using Ryu. Yeah, robot arm. Desperately, I want that to happen now. God damn it, where did my day go? How's it already 5 PM? I'm angry. I feel like I woke up so early for work. And I didn't even work that long. And I already need to go to wow. I already need to go to sleep pretty soon in order to fucking wake up tomorrow. I hate this. I hate fucking... I hate the working world. Okay, it doesn't need to be super soon. But I still feel like my day slipped away. I don't technically need to fall asleep until like midnight, which is still like 7 hours away. And I'll still get a reasonable amount of sleep. Ouch! I like the decision not to burn any meter. I think that was correct, because Yang can chip you out pretty well. Or that. I remember Laugh. He was like the best Ryu for a long ass time. And then he disappeared and then there were no Ryus. That was a really good decision and then a really bad drop. Got him out of the corner immediately. Ooh. It's surprisingly hard to block here. Nice. People never really explored, say, Ambu and Ganejin in footsies, but they're insane in footsies. But most people, like, you know, they don't want to activate and then just immediately get hit and waste all of their time. They'd rather activate only in combos, because supers are so rare in this game, and they'd rather just use the meter anyway. But actually, that was like a really good say, Ambu. Say Ambu and Ganejin in neutral is like some of the most untapped tech in the whole game. He didn't go for the cancel and he dropped the link anyway. I think that it's not unlikely that we'll see at least one more version of Street Fighter 4, but it might be a long time from now. But definitely like 5 years down the line we could get like Ultra Street Fighter 4 fucking Turbo. Right now they don't want it to suck away players from Street Fighter 5. But that won't be a concern for them forever. Introducing turbo cancels. Introducing L cancels. Introducing DI. Introducing shines. Which handheld SF4? You mean AE? I mean not AE, what do you call it? 3D edition? Or do you mean the mobile version? The mobile one is not even a port. It's like its own game. It's literally its own version. It has different rules than this one. A lot of combos that don't work in this game work in that game. And a lot of combos that don't work in that game work in this game. I don't think it's called SF4 Volt anymore. I think it changed its name when it got the update. Or maybe Street Fighter 4 Volt is the name change. This does a ton. I guess it was double ultra. I thought it would certainly tie it up at least. But a non-full charge double ultra, you know. Blanca's Ultra 2 is actually weirdly powerful. Blanca's another character where he has very few ultra setups, so you might as well pick Ultra Double and just take what you get. You got Ultra 1, which has invincibility and has 4-frame startup, but very few ways to land it besides linking into it. You got Ultra 2, where the ground version punishes fireballs and also chips out, and the anti-air version anti-airs and also combos from focus. Those are like all his ultra setups. I didn't even leave one out. Blanca has like no ultra setups. So you basically got two setups per ultra, and he's got like faux 3 ultras. I think the correct choice for Blanca is probably the I think the true way for Blanca is always pick Ultra 2, like almost regardless of matchup, and then spend all of your meter looking for Blanca Ball red focus. Because Blanca's meter is not super, like, you know, good. And if you can frame your Blanca Balls, using them to land Ultra is probably the only way you can really be good. Honda's command grab is like pretty slow. It's like 7 frames. Or like 5 or something. I forget. It's between 5 and 7. It's like slow for a command grab, but it has good range. This is a game where normal grabs are 3 frames and grappler command grabs are 2 frames. So I was thinking to be 5 to 7 is pretty awful. It mostly works by merit of the range and the fact that it's unblockable. Catches people holding them back, which is very tempting against Honda. Early jump fierce anti-air, MLG. What was that? That was such a weird thing to do. I don't know what the hell he dropped. Blanca's not that bad. Granted, I played like one of the biggest Blanca counter picks in the entire game, which was Lena. But even when I played like Ken or Evil Ryu, who honestly like do like almost, I wouldn't say even. I think Evil Ryu has a small advantage, but it's like a small advantage. It's like 5.5, 4.5, or maybe 6.4, but probably 5.5, 4.5. It's like Evil Ryu is surprisingly okay against Blanca. And Ken versus Blanca is probably like either 5.5, 4.5, or 5.5. It's like pretty fair. Even when I played them, I didn't mind Blanca. I just had a lot of experience against Sephiroth. But like Elena Blanca was like a solid 6.5, 3.5. Or maybe even 7.3. It's bad. Vega used to get smacked by Blanca and Manila. And then all the super buffs and all the ultra nerfs for Blanca. Blanca's like better overall in Ultra, but certain things made him really weak to Vega's style of character. Now Vega gets much better punishes. I remember Vega literally couldn't like stop Blanca from mashing electricity because all of your buttons got hit before you could hit him. That was before like lows just outright countered electricity, which they usually do now. Now Vega can like low forward electricity. Though there were a lot of things that were shitty about it. EX, the big thing was super when EX Flying Barcelona started hitting lower. Because that made EX Flying Barcelona a viable punish against most of Blanca's shit. Oftentimes you would do something at the EX Flying Barcelona and it just wouldn't hit in vanilla. Especially against Blanca, who was pretty short, especially when crouching. Stand Fierce into Low Strong into EX Flying Barcelona only worked on like 3 characters in vanilla. And they all had to be standing. Vega went from like the worst in the game to alright in Super. He still like loses to Rushdown. He's lost to Rushdown in every single version. But he went from like being completely non-functional to like situationally viable. So it was a very slow creep for him to become like a played character. The problem with Vega is even if they made Scarlet Terror beats like, even if they made it invincible, it wouldn't actually help him that much. Because it would still be like baitable by overhead jumps, you know? If you were like right over his head, it would either go under one way or go under the other way, depending on autocorrect. And also he needs down back charge to do it, which he won't generally have. So like if he blocks an air attack at all, he won't be able to do it for the next entire block string, because he'll still need charge. Stuff like twin cross-up dive kicks will just be as strong. They like played around with Vega having invincible, whoa, ultra punish. That works. They played around with Vega having invincible EX Scarlet Terror for ultra, and they didn't end up going through with it, and I'm glad they didn't. He had 3 amazing, I forget what they all were. He had 3 amazing buffs in AE in ultra location tests, and they didn't go through with any of them, but they were all like bonkers buffs. One of them was +5 crouch jab, which made it so he could do crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch strong pretty easily. Yeah, he already got buffed by... No, those made it. Hard knockdown changes helped him. Red focus helped him. Ultra double helped him a little bit. But, like, he got 3 more that were, like, reverted. And they were stupid. But I only remember 2. I think they sped the fuck out of Ultra 2. Oof. All focus attacks are unsafe if you don't dash. Vegas Shadowloo, damn it. He should be high tier every game. I don't know how his hitboxes work. Got that sneeze. He was like the worst character already in Street Fighter 4 Vanilla, and then he also like lost his claw and mask to become an even worse character. One of the changes during the USF4 log test that didn't make it in, that I was really sad that it didn't make it in, was Guile 5-frame Ultra 2 or Ultra 1. That was actually a dank change. Right now, Guile always picks Ultra 2 regardless of matchup, because Flash Kick Ultra 2 is like his best Ultra setup by far, and it works against everyone. And Ultra 1 has like basically no setups. He doesn't really have a good way of landing a red focus. Only against cornered opponents. I wish Vega would be remade in Street Fighter 5 with the Street Fighter 4 sensibilities of what he was trying to do. No Ender? Ultra 1 juggles there. He dropped it. That's catastrophic. That was the hit he needed. Yeah, Claw and Clawless Distinct is actually really cool. And the Claw Swap special move is really cool. Being able to do Claw Swap combos. But yeah, they definitely need more changes between the 2 versions. Anyway, Guile with 5-frame Ultra 1 can actually like do crouch short, crouch jab, and then link Ultra 1. And that's a really cool Ultra setup. Crouch short, crouch jab, Ultra 1. Yes, you manually choose to pick up the mask. Crouch heavy punch, extra active frames. Oh, that was it! They made crouching heavy punch a true anti-air in the look test. Vega has been without true anti-air for like every version of Street Fighter 4. He either has to meet you in midair with like an air throw or a jump roundhouse, or he has to, or like a jump strong, or he has to be. No, it ended up not being that good. They didn't keep most of the buffs. The active frames being good was nice, but it had 2 vulnerable and 2 invulnerable. Like, he had 2 active frames with no herbox and 2 active frames with a giant herbox. So it ended up not being that good of an anti-air. If you time it perfectly, it works, but there's a good chance you're gonna, like, hit. And you could anti-air with early Scarlet's Terror, but it, you had to have down back charge. And also it's not actually invincible, so you need to do it really fast. All his anti-airs, I feel like the main problem is all his anti-airs required you to be literally like waiting and watching for a jump. And also they only worked against like very ordinary jumps that couldn't be altered in any way. Like introduce the possibility of a dive kick or a burn kick and everything goes out the window. Oof. Ultra 1 probably doesn't punish here. Oh lord. That super recovers pretty fast. I forget the actual minus frames. Sen hard kick was good too. That was actually probably his best grounded anti-air. But even then, the second hit was the good hit. So if you weren't getting the second hit as an anti-air, if they were in range of like the first hit, it was actually very mediocre. I shouldn't say very mediocre because it still kind of worked, but certain stuff could just smash it. None of his anti-airs had removed heart box. That's the problem. Like literally none of them. Oh no. Nice jump. That was a hard read. Not like Hana could punish it that bad. Hana can't punish a neutral jump really unless he has charge. Which of course he isn't going to after a forward dash. Let's mix it up. Alright, I mixed it up. Who are these two? What game is this? Kyo? Takuma? Elizabeth? She's not even in the game anymore. I like KoF13, but to be honest, I like this game a lot more than I like KoF14. I played this character, Ryo. He was on my squad. I don't really like Point Ryo. One of Ryo's really nice things is that he used half a drive or a full drive really well, but he kind of needs a lot of meter. He was like secret good because of this stuff. This is actually where he like totally shines. If he corners you, he becomes a completely insane character. Because his fireball with no pushback has really nice frames and also does a butt ton of guard damage. And he can also use normals cancelled into parry, like a whiff parry, to recover really quick. And that also does a butt ton of guard damage. So he has a really easy time guard breaking you once he corners you. He could like with two like block strings, he can. Oh no! That sucks to burn. So he's in hyperdrive mode right now, which means all of his moves cancel. Didn't get to do anything off of it though. Hyperdrives are few and far between. In the average match, you'll get like opportunities for about 3 hyperdrives. Dropped. So burning a hyperdrive, and hyperdrives like lead to your biggest combos. So burning a hyperdrive on accident is like the worst thing that can happen to you in this game. These two characters are technically the same person, so you couldn't run both of them on the same team. Takuma and Mr. Karate. Mr. Karate is generally better, although they both have their own little advantages. Takuma has a command grab, and he also has better anywhere juggle, and he also has a better EX super. But Mr. Karate has better burst damage and better use of half a drive. Mr. Karate might have like the best use of half a drive in the game after EX Iori. Nice. That air, what do you call that? Like flying kick is real good too. Mr. Karate is usually considered to be the second best character in the game, although I don't know about current tiers. It's usually EX Iori and then him. Elizabeth is usually considered to be bottom 3, I think, but she's kind of like secret tier, if you know what I mean. She's pretty whack. Kim was seemed to be top tier for a fuck long time, but I think now he's just nice punish. I mean by I still mean top tier, but he was considered to be like top 3, and now I think he's not. Kim will literally kill off of any touch. There it is. You always have EX moves in this game, unlike 14. K-Dash is like secret top tier. Both these characters are like secretly really good characters. K-Dash is really hard, so he has to do a lot more work to get the same payoff, but his combos are actually really good. And he's got really good neutral. He's got a EX super with insanely good anywhere juggle, and he's also got that move which also has insanely good anywhere juggle. Had to do wake up DP or wake up roll in order to not get chipped out, and K-Dash just watched and punished whichever one would happen with low B. Point K-Dash means you don't need to learn his metered combos. Well, you still need to, but you know. A lot easier to run point K-Dash than any other. Well, I think this kills. Yep. That was only half a drive. Yuri, dude! Yuri's got a demon flip, and it's actually mad good. Yuri's considered to be one of the better anchor characters in the game. And if a character is a good anchor, that's like the main thing that makes them like a higher top tier character. Yuri might be a little falsely inflated, but she's been on some of the best players' teams as like a very prominent member. So she's probably like actually really good. Yes! Oh. Yeah, Yuri has a 2-meter kill combo with drive, with the bot combo. 1 bar if they already have some damage, or no bar if they already have some damage. That's insanely good. I have a video on my channel of me doing the bot combo. It's not too hard to do once you understand it. Most of the combos in this game are not too hard to do once you understand them. Although the ceiling was really high, and there was a lot of room for creativity. This game probably has the best combo creativity of any fighting game I've ever played. And then with Saintsy, normally you see people end with the quarter circle back A. I think that's usually safe. And it's also a launcher. It needs the full combos. It's a very, very weak super. But if you follow up, if you factor in the damage of the ender after you land the anti-air, after you land the launch, it ends up being pretty strong. This game also has probably the prettiest sprite work of any fighting game I've ever seen. Only exception is Guilty Gear Xrd, which isn't technically sprite work, but you know. It's visually indistinguishable from sprite work. And if it was sprite work, it would look as good, if not better. Chin is weird. Chin is like, he's been on a lot of really, really strong teams too. I think he was on Tokido's team, wasn't he? Or was it Shen? One of them, I don't remember which one. One of those two played Shin. Shen might have played Team DLC. Tokido was actually one of the best players of this game. Tokido took this game seriously. Tokido plays hella fighting games, but usually he just plays like dead-ass top tier and plays in the most fucking baby way imaginable, just uses his extremely good fundamentals. But this game he like truly learned. That's you can interrupt between the 2 hits, but you need something invincible. And once you block both hits, it's like -1 or something. Yeah, Chin is one of the better anchors in the game. He's got really good neutral. And also he spins bar really effectively. I'm like 80% sure that K-Dash is either a Kyo clone or infused with Kyo DNA somehow. But I don't remember the exact story. You can tell how seriously Tokido takes a game, depending on if he just picks the existing top tier, or picks his own choice and then makes the character top tier. I think you have a juggle here, but it's hella hard to do. You can do like a backdash and then air kick. He did it and he got it. Hold on. That kick has anywhere juggle, which means that no matter the context, it will pick up a juggle. And you can actually cancel that kick into stuff. But you have to be in hyperdrive, I think. You can drive cancel it too. Get Ash's combos are weird as hell. Uh-oh. I think he could have killed without the meter, but he didn't need to. Billy is seen to be... Billy's usually not too high on tier lists, but he seemed to be a very good point character. One of the main things about a point character is they have to be really hard to fight if you have no bar. Like certain characters, you can kind of counter what they do pretty easily if you have like a little bit of meter. Like Athena, a lot of characters can just blow through her fireballs if you just have 2 bars or like 1 bar. But Athena, if the opponent has no bars, tends to be really hard to stop with her like fireball pressure, and also really hard to build meter against her fireball pressure. Billy is like one of those characters. And Billy also like doesn't get that much from meter, so he doesn't care that much about being first. I mean, every character, this game has a good system to make everyone get like approximately equal rewards from meter. But Billy needs a lot of meter to kill the opponent, for example. And his drive cancels don't add a super ton of damage, neither do his super cancels. Down C into towards B. Or towards A, I think, actually. It's the little hop. Yeah, towards B is the hop kick. No meters from losing a character in this game, on like 14. I think that was a nice little change. A little bit more meter on both sides. You can call it a comeback mechanic. But it worked pretty nice with the regenerating health and whatnot. Fuck UM. Regular 98 or bust. All the good footage of 98 is not UM. The people who are like the best 98 players don't play UM. You have to burn a drive in order to get that to kill. Drives are more precious than bar. If you can burn a bar to kill, you'd rather burn that than burn a drive. Having 2 drives increases your combo damage by a shit ton. Or, you know, 2 half drives. Jump jab. Kim has 1 punch and 3 kicks, and that 1 punch is his cross up, oddly enough. Yeah, there are a lot of kill combos in this game that are like 2 drives. Shin can quite easily kill here if he gets a connect. And goes for a drive combo. See, that could have killed. I think that's invincible and also safe. which is kind of nasty. Both the characters can kill right now if they get a hit. Ugh! Okay, this won't kill, but it's gonna do a lot. Nice. Do come back. Yori. Which one? EX. I think you can tell by the belt in the legs. I don't remember if the stance is different, but it probably is. They wear a slightly different outfit, though. Oh, that dropped! EX Yori is in general much better. But not much better. EX Yori is probably #1 in the game, but regular Yori is still high tier. They have better positions, though. Regular Iori is almost always used as an anchor, and EX Iori is either used first or second, most of the time, although it depends on the player. EX Iori fits anywhere. Neat. EX Iori has an infinite. We might see it. I don't remember if it's a true infinite. It might be. It's very hard to do. It's very famously hard to do. Shen would get like 20 billion loops of it. Shen was like the best at it. He needs 1 half drive to set it up. No, you cannot do 2 or 1. You need a full team of 3. I think you just need any sort of Rekka to set it up, but you do need half a drive. This should kill. Like, actually, this should kill, I think. No, because he can't do any ender here. I don't know, even if he went straight to Neomax, I don't know if he could have made that kill. Because he had to go to Neomax a lot sooner than he did. I think you need drive, right, to go to Neomax? You either need 3 bars plus full drive, or you need 2 bars plus what remains of your drive, I think, or something like that. I actually forget how it works. EX Hangutsu on is completely bonkers. It has ridiculous range, ridiculous startup, and leads to I shouldn't say full combos because it launches immediately, but it does lead to combos. I would not be surprised if Gen 1 played Street Fighter 3 and 2 played Oro in Street Fighter 3. To be honest, I'm like Gen, but worse. And by worse, I mean a lot worse. Abigail's a little slept on. Not enormously, I think most people know he's pretty good. Puku's Abigail, though. Whew. Oof. Vice is considered to be quite a good anchor. Even though she's not usually considered on like top tier lists. She's a very common third character. She has an unusual quirk in that her anywhere juggle is like the best in the game by far. She's got anywhere juggle that works pretty much... What the fuck? That's not gonna work, is it? Huh. She's got anywhere juggle that works off of 1 bar, and it works in a ton of scenarios. Also, she's one of the only characters where she can get a juggle and still go to hyperdrive. Most characters need the opponent to be grounded to do their hyperdrive confirms. But, Mature can reground you really easily, which means you can turn almost any connect into a hyperdrive combo, which is very rare. And hyperdrive combos are like the best possible thing in this game. That makes Mature very popular as an anchor. But these combos are cool. I mean, Vice. Was I saying mature that whole time? Shit. Mature is usually seen as a point. Mature is not seen very much at all. Mature is one of the rarest characters in this game. I think the general consensus is lowish tier. She's not bad as a first character though. Vice is a common anchor for her ability to ground. Rarest. I see like one Terry a year. Terry is considered to be quite bad. Maxima is not exactly common. Maxima has tech. Maxima is deep. So you see him more than you see some other grapplers. To be honest, like Raiden used to be really popular, but now I probably see more Raidens than I see more Maximus than I see Raidens. But people don't really play most of the grapplers in this game. You see like a good number of Clarks, I guess. And I just said Vice gets a decent amount of play. She's like a grappler. Two separate drives in the same combo. Again, you can't hyperdrive. Hyperdrive gives you unlimited drive cancels for a little bit, but he just used 2 drive cancels separately because his opponent was midair. That wasn't a bad play. But he would really like to kill here before he takes much more damage. Anthropus again. Drank too much coffee and also green tea. Be right back. Here I am. Top 2 in early versions of this game were like K-Dash and Raiden in the arcade version. Nice HD combo. That cross-up normal's so big. Iori might have one of the best selections of normals in the whole game. He's got everything. He's got one of the only 3-frame normals, which are quite rare. He's close C. He's got fucking 5 really good air normals. His jump C, jump D, jump B, and like cross up B are all insane. And I think his jump A and his jump CD are not bad. He's got the towards A, which gives him really easy confirms. Bonk. Nice punish. His down A goes pretty far. Having a command normal that combos from lights though is pretty good. Command normals are a big deal in this game. Yuri, one of her big weaknesses is actually that she doesn't have a really good command normal. She does have the butt. The butt's not bad. But you can't use the butt to hyperdrive. She doesn't have a 2-hit normal, and she doesn't have a 2-hit like normal string besides lights. I could play some Marvel. Ask me again at the end of this video, which is 1 hour. I don't know if I'll watch all this right now. Mario-kan. The thing about Mr. Karate is he probably has the best gimmicks in the game, in addition to being probably the best character, or like one of the best characters. He also has like a lot of stuff that'll blow you up if you're not ready for it. Like he's got a fucking move that teleports. He's got like a parry that fucking slams down on you, I think. He's got like a move that auto guard crushes. Like if you don't know Mr. Karate's gimmicks, you can just get lit up. And even if you know all his gimmicks, he's still a solid character. Boing boing. Astia is more broken than almost any character in almost any game. There are definitely KoF games with more broken characters than SD Akuma, no doubt, especially bosses. But this is not one of them. Not even the boss versions of characters in this game are as good as SD Akuma. I don't think. Who are the bosses of this game? You've got a boss version of Ash and a boss version of Psyche, but I don't remember what's actually different about either of them. But the playable versions of Ash and Psyche are quite different from the boss versions. SNK bosses are notorious for being coin guzzlers. There's a reground combo into hyperdrive. This combo does fuck all damage for a hyperdrive combo, but it doesn't need to do that much. I think that was the strongest enter and it still didn't kill. That's legit one of the weakest hyperdrives in the whole game. It's only 1 hit per drive cancel. Most hyperdrives are 2 hits per drive cancel. Almost every character in this game has some kind of repeatable loop in hyperdrive mode. Meterless. There's a couple characters who rely on bar to get repeatable loops. And I think Maxima actually has no repeatable loop at all. He might with meter. He might be able to do like repeated EX command grabs. But it's really stupid. Maxima activates hyperdrive and just uses it as a roaming cancel and then immediately just lands all his damage immediately. Balance patches, yeah. Melee's been the same game for like almost 20 years. And most modern fighting games haven't been out for 20 years. The longer a fighting game is out, the more likely someone's going to play 2 characters. Melee also has a decent number of characters where it's pretty easy to main too. Like, if you're a good Fox player, you're probably... Before you even learn anything about Falco, you're already probably a pretty good Falco player. Plus, the balance in Melee is pretty shit. So you get a lot of people who are like, I want to be a Mario main. And then they find out that being a Mario main won't necessarily be... It'll, like, work most of the time, but then some characters will just fuck them up. And it's like, oh, I want to be a Mario main, but I want to play Fox in bad matchups. That's a lot of people in Melee. So you get one passion character and one tier character. Snake Eyes is a decent comparison. Zangief is hella good most of the time, but every now and then he gets hella counterpicked. So you just have a secondary who is mean to counterpick. Snake Eyes Evil Ryu was like a joke for a while, and then it was real as fuck. It's like Evil Ryu got way better in a very short stretch of time. Dulan is considered to be bottom tier, but he's considered to be an extremely strong first character. Because a lot of the stuff that beats him, he's really good when neither player has meter, because his metered stuff is awful, and other characters often rely on meter to fight him efficiently. Huh, missed confirm. Yuri needs this hyperdrive to do something. Ran out of meter just then. He should have gone straight to DMX maybe. I like how it's just like 100% accepted that Sagat will be the next character announced. I just hope Capcom got the memo. He got... the guy who leaked him is not very certain of himself. And also some of the things the leaker said are a little fantastic, although not necessarily not true. What if we got a Sagat who was very clearly an Adon at some point? Like it's just a sized up bald Adon. Just because one leak is true doesn't mean all leaks are true. The very prominent leak in Season 2 had fucking Byron on it. Where's he? I consider it likely-ish that that leak is real, but emphasis on likely-ish. It is Kushneed Butt in the background of the stage. He is a what do you call that? What's the name of that martial art? Kogetsu Ryo, something like that. He's that practitioner, and this is the stage for that practice. Kogen... I don't remember what it's called. The martial art that Ryo and Mr. Karate / Takuma and Yuri I'll practice. And I guess Robert too. Marco Rodriguez. Kyo Kugen. Marco Rodriguez is a name that I would have fucking accepted 100% the first time I saw it. I have no idea why they changed it to Kushnud Butt. It's like the worst rename ever. Saikyo Ryu is a description and not a name. It's the name of Dan's fighting style. Okay, I'll stream Mother 3. Saikyo just means strongest. It's used with a very tongue-in-cheek way. Remember Butts Clouser from Final Fantasy V? Anyone remember that? Butts Clouser? Anyone remember Butts? Is that the worst name in video games? May Devil, if they're recent, I'll watch them. That wasn't even the stupidest name in that game. That's the beauty of it. That's the same port that had Salsa as the princess. Princess Salsa. It would be spoilerino to say the other name of that princess. In the GBA port, she was Sarisa. But in the fucking PS1 port, she was Salsa. I got some salsa in my fridge. What should I make? Should I make fajitas? Should I put salsa in my scrambled eggs? Oh wait, I already do. Life hack, you can put salsa in anything. Make a princess. To be 100% honest, it is mild red. Salsa roja or something. Salsa and PB&J. I'm not even gonna write that off. That might be okay. You can put salsa in almost anything. Chicken breast and salsa. That sounds good. So here we have an regular ass Iori. So the thing about Iori is that his damage is really fucking high for no particular reason. He can kill you pretty easily with 3 bars. And often with 2. But he can kill like a full health character with 3 bars. I have some couscous. And it's dry. I could put the salsa on it. That's worth trying. Oh, that raw activate. Command grab you can combo off. You can actually get a post command grab HD activate, but it's very difficult. Regular Iori's combos are pretty difficult in general. KoF13's balance is fantastic, but the DLC characters are the best 3. Well, maybe not the best 3. EX Kyo is just really good, he's not amazing. He's like probably about as good as regular Kyo, who is a high tier. But EX Iori and Mr. Karate are 2 of the best characters in the game, if not the best 2. But the game has great balance in general. Almost every character is functional. There are maybe like 3 characters who are non-functional. I will literally try couscous with salsa tonight. It's pretty simple, but low-key, chicken breast and rice is pretty fucking good. This game has... Imagine if max combos were a lot less prolific than you have this game. And also there's a little bit more creativity. Max combos... You can do EX whenever in this game. And max combos... There's kind of like one right way to do a max combo. But most characters in this game have like 4 different hyperdrive combos, of which most people just do one. But a lot of different routes in this game. And situationally, you might need any of the 4. Sometimes I have chicken, and I have rice, and I have peas. And it's super solid. Good ass meal. I like peas. It'd probably be real good with fried rice, but I usually just eat white ass rice. Or brown ass rice. Regular ass boiled rice. I unironically agree that chicken is in fact best meat. Chicken followed by... Nice, that's a fixed 100 damage. Probably chicken, then shrimp, then turkey for me. Or maybe chicken, then turkey, then shrimp. And then probably pork. And then probably beef. Also lump crab with shrimp. I still like beef, but, you know. I feel like the worst pork is way worse than beef, but the best pork is a little bit better than beef. Crab is like a sleeper great meat. Most people don't even fuck around with crab, but crab is fucking tasty. Lobster too. Lump them all together. Shrimp, crab, and lobster. Just throw them in a big old lump. Kyo combos are cool. Yeah, every piece of chicken is like at worst a 6 and at best a 9.8, to be honest. Chicken has like a very narrow... The worst chicken is still good. The best beef might be a 10. Ah! That's a free hyperdrive. I've never boiled chicken. I have baked chicken and I have grilled chicken. I've never fried chicken either, but I've eaten plenty of fried chicken. But I've never done it myself. I don't have a fryer. Supermarket rotisserie chicken is just fine. That's what got me through college. Nothing wrong with it. It's cheap. Whole lot of chicken. That jump 2C is the stupidest normal in this whole game. I've had roast chicken. That shit's good. I don't know if I've ever had duck. No, I have. Duck meat's like all dark, isn't it? Or is that goose meat? I think I've had duck meat. I've had duck meat. I remember. I didn't like it. Probably wouldn't like it that much now. Ducks are cute. I'm like weirdly less okay with eating a duck than a chicken. Show me this hitbox. Let me look at it. That's just fine. That's a just fine hitbox right there. It's kind of big. It's a lot bigger than his hand, I'll say that much. I made some chicken tikka masala the other day. Came out pretty well. But I made some rice with it, and the rice came out horribly because I cooked for 2, which I don't normally do. And I didn't have directions to cook for 2, so I didn't leave it boiling long enough. So it came out kind of crunchy. He dropped it! You have a link there. Down B. It's like a 2-frame link after stand D. That normal. That normal's like the best normal in the game. Or one of them. It's 2 hits, it's immune to all lows, and it confirms into hyperdrive on any connect, and low B if you just want to link out of it. Point Maxima, huh? So Maxima's Gimmick is C-Dash guard point on a whole bunch of shit. Most of his C-normals have auto guard at some point during the animation, which is pretty much the same shit as armor. He's also got a lot of safe attacks and a good command grab. But his range is very shit and his movement is maybe not that good. And also his mix-up is risky. And he doesn't put together combos so well. He's alright. He's not that bad of a character. But he's not great. But the guard point makes him very unusual. It gives him the ability to counter some things that most characters can't counter. Most command grabs in this game are 1 frame. Also, he could have turned that command grab into a kill with a EX super cancel. It would have cost 2 bars and half a hyperdrive bar. But he could have just killed right there. He's got a lot of meters, so he should have done it, I think. He's doing alright right now, though. This is a matchup where Maxima doesn't do so well. He's playing well. That was the guard point on that. That's more fair, anyway. At least that hitbox is localized to Kyo's body. It doesn't shoot past the fist. He wants to kill Dualon. Yeah, there you go. He's going to have full HP in this next round, because he killed Dualon pretty fast without taking that much damage. Dualon's job was to do a lot of damage or stall a lot of time, or both. Which he failed on. But just because he failed, now it's just even. Yori's, I mean not Yori, Karate's really good here. Takuma, fuck. He dropped his combo though. Takuma has a touch of Dizzy. Takuma's one of the only characters where his drive is better spent as drive cancels than it is as, oh, that was the wrong ender. 2 dash kicks into stand C does more, I think. Takuma's one of the only characters where his drives are better spent separately than together. Very unusual thing. Jump CD on counter hit, it's a free juggle state. This will do an ass ton. It won't kill, not even close. But it will do an ass ton. Whew! That's it. Joe has lots of combos that use drive separately. The thing is, you don't do any Dizzy doing drive combos, so most characters have touch of Dizzies in very specific scenarios if they use their drive separately instead of doing a hyperdrive combo. Probably a little over half the cast. Maybe like 3/4 of the cast has touch of Dizzy combos. But most of them are incredibly fucking specific. But Joe has a fuck ton of them. Joe can turn like 8 different conversions into touch of Dizzies with the right amount of bar. But all the stun combos are really hard to do because he's got a mash punches move, and you need the right hits. You need the mash punches to start on the right frame, and you need to stop mashing it at the right time. Yeah, Joe can actually, I think Joe can literally kill you with 0 bars. Well, not starting at 0, but like he'll start and end with the same amount of meter. But he does need drive. He does use his drive up still. Technically speaking, the only 1-bar kill combos in the game belong to, not counting infinites. I don't know if there are any true infinites in this game, or just pseudo-infinites. The only 1-bar kill combo in this game, there are 2 of them, and they both belong to Hua. Yeah, Joe still has a touch of Dizzy in 14. Probably several. Hua is... I don't know if Hua is slept on. He's like real good, but... I don't know. I don't know if his real goodness lets him keep up with other real good characters. Hua's got a lot of stuff that would be broken on other people. This combo's actually pretty weak. That was odd. He didn't cancel on the Neo Max. I guess he wants to save the meter. But I think any sort of super would be better than what he did. There we go, he ended up burning 2 bars to kill anyway. Well, has nice air mobility, which is good but not amazing. But it definitely helps a lot. He also has a command grab super, which is kind of good. And when he gets drunk, his damage is fucking stupid. It's completely bonkers. Vice's weak-ass combos. Vice can get conversions off of anything, but I think to kill she needs 5 bars. She is weak. These are some serious teams. EX Yori, Mr. Karate. That's the first 2 on both teams. And then Anchor Vice versus Anchor Chin. These are literally just dead fucking top tier teams. Mr. Karate is really good at spending like 1 drive to just do a butt ton. Yori can fuck... okay, there it goes. I was gonna say, if Yori gets a hit with all the meter he has, he can fuck Mr. Karate up pretty bad. But he didn't find one in time. It's always safer to use it with your second character than your current one. The best Wii U game. The Wii U game that I probably had the most fun with was Mario Maker. I never played Tropical Freeze, to be honest. I think I have it. My friend gave me like a download code for it, and I have no idea where he got that download code. But I told myself I wouldn't play it till I beat Returns, and I'd never beat Returns. Watch that guard crush. It'd be kind of fun to stream Returns. I didn't actually get even that far in it. I got distracted by other shit. I had so much fun with Mario Maker. Fantastic game, 10 out of 10. What's that stream? Donkey Kong 64? Did someone tell me to do that? Oh, this will kill. If he does it right, which he didn't. He actually had the resources to make that kill, I think. Oh no, it might not have. He might have needed an extra bar to kill. He might have needed like regular super into NeoMax. If I stream DK64, it will be like a 78-part YouTube series. Not anymore, because I can just upload whole archives. But realistically, it'll be like 20 parts of like 7-hour streams. Donkey Kong 64 is the real shit. The trick to Mario Maker is you just play the levels that, like, you either play the levels that get a ridiculous number of stars, or you play the levels you see on the internet, or you play the levels that aren't fucking super expert, because the super expert levels are actually cancer. That was my mistake. I've beaten plenty of super expert levels, but I don't think I've ever done all 6 in a single super expert run. I always lose all my Marios first. I'm not even bad at Mario. But just holy shit. You have to legit be top 1% of Marioers to get through a super expert run. Or get really lucky. Find a bunch of developer exits. You don't see that super very often. Normally you see the Rombo super because it does a lot more damage. And can actually end into that super if you choose. Yeah, you gotta be, oh, I don't even remember the name of it. It's not proud of its power. Is it likes to thrash about? Is that it? Likes to thrash about? Is that the perfect IV message? EXE Ori is top 1. Regular Ori is probably just outside top 10. Loose estimate. I remember reading a post on like VP of some guy asking for a Lucario that was he was asking for a Lucario with non-perfect IVs because he wanted the little message proud of its power instead of likes to thrash about, because he wanted a Lucario that could control itself instead of a Lucario that couldn't control itself. If that's not autism, I don't know what is. Yeah, we use IT, but where's my Zelda game? We use IT, but where's my Mario? Oh yeah, that's right. We actually did have Breath of the Wild. I can't even meme. They did make a unique Zelda game. I have 3D World. It's actually good. I also have New Super Mario Bros., which is also good. I did not like 3D World more than Galaxy. However, I actually liked New Super Mario Bros. U more than 3D World, which is a hot opinion. New Super Mario Bros. U was, in my opinion, the best New Super Mario Bros. Game, and 3D World, in my opinion, was weaker than 3D Land. And the combination of those two made me like New Super Mario Bros. A little more. I'm in general indifferent to 2D Mario versus 3D Mario. I would maybe say I like 3D Mario more, but you know. Really, 3D World is just a 2D game in 3D. 3D Land and 3D World don't have any of the 3D conventions I like. They're just New Super Mario Bros. But with an extra dimension. But the gameplay is just New Super Mario Bros. Why is Chin so weird? Nice, that was the counter, I think. He had a dive cancel to kill there. Yo, Mr. Karate OCV. Catsuit was pretty fun, but kind of baby. What else did 3D have? It was like the fucking boomerang suit or whatever, wasn't there? There was the Tanuki suit back again. That was aight. Good old Fire Flower. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, every level was unique. One thing that Land in 3D World fixed that is a classic problem of all 2D Mario games is that you can actually, they show what's in the level. If you like play Mario 3, all the levels don't tell you what's in them, you know? Or like Kirby games are really notorious for that too. Like even though every level has unique stuff, they all bleed together because you can't like go and revisit individual levels very easily. It's like, oh, I remember this was really cool when I was being chased by that giant eel. What level was that again? And then you don't fucking know. Betsy, dude. Often DC Betsy. She ain't coming. She's weird. She's got a command grab and she's got like a command dash. And then she's got that thing, which I can't even think of it as move analog. It's like a launcher. It's like 3 hits and kind of slow. And then she's got a DP, but the DP is weird as fuck. It's a little bit like a Sakura DP, I guess. Dude, I would actually pay like $100, okay, for Wario and Waluigi Partners in Crime, if that was a real game. That would be the greatest game ever. I want a Mario and Luigi game starring Wario and Waluigi. Oh my god. K-Dash is pretty good. This is a pretty good K-Dash player. He might have been able to string together a kill combo there. This is a kill combo. This is also a kill combo. Cappy! I was talking about this with my friends earlier, but Cappy snuck on me. Sometimes I see a character in a... Sometimes I see a sidekick in a Nintendo game, and I'm like, this character is going to be my favorite character. In like 1 second, I'm just like, oh yeah. Like Midna. I knew 10 seconds into seeing Midna, I was like, oh, this is... I'm going to fucking love Midna. Her introduction told me everything I needed to know about her. And I was right on all counts, and they played it pretty straight. But like Cappy, I was just like, okay, whatever, let's do this. And then he's good. I like him, he's timid. He's timid but sensible. I like realized at the end, I was like, you know what, I like Cappy. That reminds me, I recently got 999 moons, in addition to having gotten all 880 unique moons, which means the only thing that I haven't done is, I haven't bought the Skelly suit and I haven't bought the gold stuff. So I need 14,000 more coins in order to 100% in the game. I did Darker Side in 5 tries. And 3 of my 4 deaths went to the same spot. I would play a Paper Luigi game in 1 second. I wouldn't buy it and not play it or any bullshit like that. I would actually stand in line day one. I would fucking get the midnight release. And I would go home and play it until I beat it. Paper Luigi would take all the good parts of Paper Mario, I can just tell. Even thinking about it for like a second. It took me like 3 tries to get through that poison piranha plant room. I had 2 very stupid deaths. I like very nearly made it the first time, and then I died like a retard the second attempt, and then I got it. That was really cool on Dark Side, nice spoily nose. But that was cool what they did. I love this outfit. This is color 10 secret outfit for K-Dash. 4 different colors. Technically you can buy as many moons as you want to, but there's a separate reward for getting all unique moons and for getting capped out moons, and you need to do both. You can't get only unique moons and cap out your moons, and you can't get the reward for getting all unique moons just by buying moons. So I don't think it really does anything by allowing you to buy moons. It's annoying, it makes you waste a whole bunch of money. I wish they'd never had the ability to buy moons. In general, you have to grind if you want to buy everything. Which is stupid. And it's a lot of grinding too. Now that if you know the prime coin locations, it takes about an hour to get 10,000. But that's still like an hour of doing some very tedious thing. But you only need to buy 120 moons to cap out. Reminded this game has a color editor. Color editor should be a standard feature in every fucking... That's a counter. Color editor should be a standard feature in every fighting game, to be honest. It's not very hard to implement. And it stops the company from doing awful things like selling you colors. That's not a combo, is it? I don't think Chin can combo out of a throw. There's like 3 characters who can combo out of a throw in the corner. One of them is Benimaru, I think. One of them is Kenso. One of them might be Chin, I don't remember. Maybe it is Chin. I think it is Chin. I thought Xiaohai was just full of himself until I saw him playing KoF13, and then I was like, you know what? This might actually be one of the guys with the best fundamentals of all fighting games. Xiaohai is as good at like KoF98 as like the best players are at their best games, if not better. Xiaohai's some real shit. Xiaohai is like the Nuki of KoF98, but times 10. Hulken. Jaewong has mad experience in games you wouldn't expect, but I've never seen him play KoF13. But it wouldn't surprise me even a little bit to know he played it. In general, if it's in a lot of arcades, Just Among Us probably put in a bunch of quarters. This is one of Just Among's characters in almost every KoF game I've ever seen him play. He always picks Athena. I think he just likes her. It's this Smash Melee. That sounds neat. We'll take a look at that in a sec. Psych about it. Athena is a good point character, but not really that good elsewhere. I think in general she's just Kenso but worse, but with a command grab. Kenso but with much shittier confirms. She's got some very jank, that was her 360. She's got some very jank combos in hyperdrive. She's got like repeated bounces. They're really hard to do though because you have to like bounce on the opponent's wrong side. You have to have setups where you're juggling the opponent backwards. Oh shit, I can play Marvel. Athena combos in this game are like Chun-Li Vism combos in A3. For anyone who knows anything about A3 references. The down medium kick combos, specifically. Chin's confirms are extremely strange. Definitely on purpose. His low short only chains into stand jab, and his stand jab only chains into low short. So you just alternate between those two normals. Also, he's got a stance, and if you do that jab string, it ends the stance. It's just jab while in the stance. And if you do that jab string, then cancel to the stance, and then do the jab string again, it links to itself, but it pushes out just a little bit. Chin combos in the corner. We now have definitive evidence. Okay, maybe it's low short, low jab too. I don't remember that one. Chin's weird. Chin is like deliberately extremely awkward. His juggles aren't too bad. You've got to juggle into down towards short or down towards roundhouse. One of them is just one kick, the other one's two kicks. They both function as special moves, I think, rather than command normals, even though they've got motions like command normals. So I think you can like drive cancel into them. I don't remember. The overhead goes into the stance, which goes into the jabs. I like saw Chin. I was like, this gameplay looks kind of neat. And then I tried him in the lab, and I was like, fuck this. That strike is good. Unfortunately, I have to watch the archives. I got a hot date with the Crook. Anywhere juggle. Normally there's no juggle potential there. Unfortunately, he needs a drive cancel to make a combo. Same there. This time he has one. That was an extremely strange. Most people go for the command grab there, which has much better unders. He went to something wacky, probably trying to get an easy combo. Okay, I did that nullify projectiles, but I didn't know it reflected them. Oto-sango, man! I want to just stop and play Marvel, but there's still 10 minutes left. Do I care about that 10 minutes? You don't normally see that cancel. Normally you see up kicks. It's weird that he went to hit grab. You can go hit grab. You can go to up kicks and then hit grab. It just adds more damage. And up kicks works on crouching opponents, I think. And I don't think K-Dash was crouching anyway. Very unusual. Safe if you actually block both. I don't remember how fast those are. That might be one frame. You might be able to punish up kicks with a throw. Because I think it is -1. It's one of the scenarios where Kyo can just DP you, but he takes his life in his hands to DP. There's no way to make a DP safe in this game, other than to already be in hyperdrive. You can't do hyperdrive cancels on block, but you can do them on block if you're in hyperdrive mode. Which means you can do some wacky shit. Oof. Burning a hyperdrive on accident is horrible. Takuma is one of the best characters to do it with, because you can sneak in a command grab and then get your full hyperdrive conversions from that. In addition to being able to, you know, just do some drive cancels on your opponent on block or hit, and then convert from there. Takuma's not too bad to burn on accident, but still it's like the worst thing that can happen to you. Mei acute. Mei is honestly one of the cutest characters in any fighting game. Guilty Gear Xrd in general has best girls. I would particularly say that Jacko has a nice ass. Maybe the best ass in video games outside perhaps 2B. I would call those top two asses. Ouch. That anti-airs. You got radically different properties with the B and D versions of that super, but I don't remember what they are. One of them launches a lot further out, and one of them has invincibility. Bayo has a nice ass too. I don't know about Shermie's ass. Shermie seems to have a nice ass, but I can't think of that many scenarios where you even get to see it. Old Snake unironically has a good ass. This probably won't even kill. I don't see a way he can make this kill. That could have killed. Don't think this can. Oh, it did. The last hit. That standee is pretty good. It might be low immune too. I don't remember. That's got a nice hitbox. It's good damage too. What is this like? Whoa, Shermie's ass. That's fan art though, I need official shit. Anyone can have a nice ass in fan art. I've seen pictures of Ed Bighead with a nice ass. That's a nice ass Q combo. 100% B&B right there. Point Kyo is neat. Kyo can just get donked onto any position on the team and function. Kyo has good balance, and by that I mean he's strong. But he's strong in any position. He is not situational. Wake Up EX Super is pretty fast and very invincible. Having invincible supers is it's very random in this game. Some characters that's a punish. Some characters have Wake Up Supers with 1 bar. Some have Wake Up Invincibility with no meter at all, like KO and his DP. Some characters have only X, and some characters have no invincibility. See what we got here. That's in-game art, but I don't see an ass. That's in-game art, and I see a little bit of an ass. Shermie's hot. Shermie! Hi! Remember that shit? That's the exchange between Shermie and Chris. That DP. Regular KO has an invincible DP. EX KO has a DP with armor, with auto guard, which is like armor. I don't know what the functional difference is between those two. It might be harder to safe jump the one with auto guard. There isn't like armor breaking in this game, I don't think. That's Shermie. Yeah, that's a nice ass. That's like your KoF98 animation. Or is it 97? Probably both. Probably same exact sprite. Probably reused it all the way up until like 2000, like... Probably used it all the way up until KoF11. That's a nice ass. I don't know if it's top 3 though. I mean, this is Jacko we're talking about. And Bayonetta. And 2B. I gotta click on all these links of an ass. Whew. I like, K-Dash's design is very, very deliberate. You got a lot of different attacks and they all have a place. K-Dash is like what all fighting game characters aspire to be, I feel. Is Twintel the ARMS character? I know there's an ARMS character with a very nice ass. How about Mai's titties? That was a mid-air. Because it was anywhere juggle, K-Dash has some mid-air activates. That was a nice time to go for one. The thing about Mai's tits is not only are they big, but she's usually wearing something where they have a lot of room to sway. Now I'm gonna be honest, some swaying tits are pretty nice. I've never seen another character like rock the movement of the tits as hard as Mai does. Is this Mai swinging her fat tits? That's not the kind of sway I'm talking about, but it's just fine. Mai wears some very loose clothing. Reminder that Mai has rendered nipples and you can see them during some animations of KoF14. Like, not even rendered like you can see them through her shirt. Like fucking Kemi in Street Fighter 5. I'm talking like straight up you can see them like under the seams of her shirt. Like you can just see fucking bare nipples. Yeah, that's a nice swing. What's the relationship between Mai and Andy again? Isn't Andy just like Begone Thought? Every single relation, almost every girl in KoF is tied to a relationship, and almost every relationship is really different. You got Kenso, who's too shy to admit that he loves Athena, and Athena, who like thinks that Kenso's a little baby bitch, or maybe she just likes him like a friend, or I don't know. Mai and Andy have like a semi-romantic thing. Robert and Yuri have a semi-romantic thing, but she's like, I don't know if she's into him, but he's like into her. Yuri and Robert. I don't know what the hell's going on between Kula and K-Dash, but it's something. It's not nothing. Oh shit, what's this? I don't care about no alpha. This is the one we watched last time. I gotta find Crook.